So even in the beginning of this show, this eyeball tattoo woman, the beginning says warning in big red letters and says contains footage some viewers may find upsetting. So even the show that she did that supports the idea that what they're doing, Barcroft TV, sorry, uh, just read this real quick here. 24-year-old woman is so dedicated to her extreme look that she had her eyeballs tattooed blue and was blinded for 3 weeks. Amber Luke of Australia has gone from 0 to over 200 tattoos in under 7 years and has even decided to have her tattooed bright blue eyeballs, or eyeballs tattooed bright blue rather, and tongue split. She was diagnosed with severe critical depression at 15, but the model got her first tattoo done at age 16. So she's a model. That's how she can afford this lifestyle to look this unique way, I guess, until that gets boring and nobody wants to look at that anymore. And now you got something else and something else and something else and something else. She claims it was a release of negative energy, whatever that's supposed to mean. Since then, she has not stopped and has recently started getting body modifications such as breast augmentation and plans for a Brazilian butt lift. Now her aim is to be 100% covered in tattoos by the time she's 25. And interesting, you can follow her on Instagram. So even the show is telling you that there is validation to the concern of what this girl is doing with her body because it is in fact so shocking. That was not what I was looking for. And of course she's throwing up the devil horns here. She has this whole very, dark sort of, I don't even think you can call it gothic. It's just so like what, alien gothic or something. And she's sporting these earrings. And so what I wanted to highlight to you was that as her mother supported this, and there really seems to be no father in the picture to give her any level of self-control or boundaries.
Be getting completely tattooed, like covered.
Hold up a second. Her whole, that was not what I wanted.
In terms of tattooing, I'll just be getting completely tattooed, like covered.
Stop. Her entire reality is hyper focused on the external of this idolatry of herself. She's her own god, and so she wears these itty bitty little clothes. Good job on the waist, but she has marked it up in this sort of clownish, dark, knives. That looks like some weird clown something or other murderer thing. I don't know. I could be wrong on that detail. She has snakes on her fingers and stuff like that. I mean, this is a woman who at some point in the future may want to have children. This is what you're going to have in the hospital bed having a baby. This shouldn't define who she is on the inside. And her mother gave her some really bizarre advice and information. But this is how people are going to judge her. And something inside of her caused this exterior to occur. You have to wonder what's going on the inside when you want to be covered in, symbols of death and murder and destruction and 666, rejection of God, upside down crosses on your face. I mean, this is taking it to a whole nother level. I see she changed her nails as her mother encouraged her, and she doesn't seem to have a father in the picture. She's not really learning any life skills that actually help. So when bad things happen for her, it's just one more tattoo. You run out and you get this this behavior of this crutch that may not be for your best in the end. I mean, she's a model now and she can get work now, but there's a point where they're going to be like, seen this, done that. These tattoos are forever. That's the whole thing. So you really want to have upside down crosses and all this stuff all over your face forever. And what about when you get old and fat, or whatever? Maybe she'll stay skinny. There are older people that are skinny too. But how is she going to support herself? How is she going to get a job looking like that? But right now she's not thinking about that. And her mother is also just so much into, oh, honey, I want you to be in my life. I want you to know that I support you and blah, blah, blah. You can love your daughter without supporting this type of destructive behavior. And now she says she wants 100% of it to be covered. The whole thing. And I don't know that this is the best way to handle your problems in life. Oh, right. And that whole pesky thing about insulting my God all over your face. That's kind of not nice. Just your whole life.
My goal is to
And well, I'm gonna skip past this. I don't want to stumble.
be completely covered.
But you know, we talked about just this dark gothic alien. What did she get at us? And then see too, she had the tongue split. This whole serpentine thing. That's just a whole nother bag of weird. My dad's big boobs and me, my trans life, Barcroft TV. This must be some UK channel. I mean, do you see how, if you do your studies and you find out that first time a long time ago when Elvis, remember Elvis, when he went on that very first program and they weren't even allowed to film the movements of his hips in sexual simulation or anything like that. They're really concerned about that because they had a level of protection. Well, they were able to overcome that through Laurel Canyon, Tavistock, these think tanks, all of these different things to motivate society and the agenda to change them through this agenda, rather. And so this is where we are now from the 50s and 60s all the way now to 2020, where this is encouraged. Where all this insanity is encouraged, and yet I'm supposed to believe that this has been a positive step forward. Wow.
By the time I'm 25.
The whole time they're sitting there looking at pictures, and the whole thing is the mother going, you have value because of your appearance. You have value because of your waist size. You have value because it's all about this outside wrapper, and there's nothing meaty and important and truly value based on the inside. I just want to affirm to you that I love you. You can do whatever you want. And then she does whatever she wants. And I don't know that she's actually helping her daughter by just, petting her ego.
No more tongue splitting, no more eyeball tattoo.
There it is. So I don't know. I can't really see her tongue at that point.
No more tongue splitting, no more.
Wow. See, and I can't even I can't even imagine what is happening in the human psyche for somebody to go, I really need to have this major important functional muscle in my mouth split so that I change the appearance of it so that I take on more of a reptilian appearance. And, by this time she had already decided, let's throw a heart on there. Let's go. Let's get the upside down cross going. She's got stuff across her face. I mean, the thing about permanence is there may come a time in her life when she gets older and she's just tired of looking at these tattoos. But unless you get some kind of high risk, extremely expensive, and probably very dangerous laser tattoo removal, and I don't know if I'd want that on my face, she's making some serious decisions. And then, see, they give her this modeling career, so this encourages her. They give her money for her ultimate destruction, really. And I'm not totally anti-tattoo, but there is an idea in the Bible about not tattooing yourself or marking yourself, and it has to do with ownership, it has to do with image copying, and it has to do with a whole litany of problems and things that are coming very, very soon, where people will literally be giving their lives over to the Antichrist. So, when Christ says these little things way back in Leviticus, and you're like, oh, that's not a big deal. He's not telling you to just be a control freak. He sees something coming down the pike that you don't. And this AI, Gaia, mother, goddess, computer, robot thing is going to own you. It's going to own your soul. And so it is 1,000 little steps towards hell. It's kind of a good way to look at this. And I wonder what the trajectory of this girl's life would have been had they given her some type of assistance other than getting tattoos and creating an addiction when she felt sad. There's all kinds of things that you can do, from natural herbs to exercise to, getting involved in activities. For some people, it's sports. I mean, whatever. But to give her the tool that, honey, every time you have a problem, run out and get a tattoo. Every time you have a problem, go hit up that social media account, which they're also pushing for her on here, so that everybody is constantly affirming your worth is only ever about your external appearance, and don't worry about tending to the inside. So she, white eye, or blue eyes white dragon, infamous lunatic, queen of the 666. So where is this going to take her in life in terms of to log into that? Can you scroll down? So she's, hello. Right. So, good Lord. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was going to be there. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to stumble anybody. Wow. So she just kept going and going and going and going and going. And there really is no, oh, right. Because she got the augmentation. Okay, let's just get out of this. Wow. Her whole identity is wrapped up in her physical appearance. Well, here's Dad with big whatevers.
As male, and the answer was an immediate no. It was just too real. I'm still her father. I'm just a woman and a dad. I am a caregiver for my partner, Melissa. My boobs are 2,200 cc's. I sometimes wonder if I want to go bigger.
Don't go bigger.
These are my hormones. This is a testosterone blocker that a lot of trans women end up on. It helps us increase our estrogen levels. I'm trying to get the T out and the E in. It's been about a year and a half that I've been taking my hormones. I am planning on getting bottom surgery. Basically, you have the testicles removed.
Oh, okay, I don't want to hear about that. You gotta just have them things out all over the place. So he was in the military. I don't think they ever put anything over those things. They're fake, so I don't really necessarily have the same respect that would be do something real. So, okay, this is just strange. So it's a man who's dressed as a woman who's having a relationship with a woman. And they say that Christians are insane. Can you explain this to me?
School.
Oh.
This is Melissa and I. On graduation day, we go way back. She was my best friend.
Okay, I can't deal with that no more anymore. Oh boy. So now he's getting validation as having all the attention as a female with big whatever sticking out all over the place. This one is
I don't mind people being scared of me. I actually
a genderless monster.
enjoy it. It's just like funny because under this I'm literally just like a 5'3" human.
This is a weird show, right? Wow. I'm hoping this isn't permanent. What has happened to people's psyche to think that this is beautiful, that this is good or efficacious? I don't know. This makes me sad for this person. This makes me wonder, has this person been mentally abused in some way, sexually abused in some way? There is something that went skewed a long time ago for this person to think that their value is in a horrific and ugly appearance. Whereas the other girl, I mean, I get what she was trying to do with that. She was trying to accentuate her beauty And it was kind of a pretty gothy ugly, but this is just ugly ugly in my humble opinion. There's still good grief. It just gets weirder.
A lot of people feel like people that dress like this are wasting their body.
Yeah. You know, because there's people that are starving all around the world. Maybe you could put some of your time to helping them rather than worrying about getting attention. You think?